If you're over 60 and you feel like your memory is not what it used to be, if you walk into rooms and forget why, if names slip away moments after you hear them, if you struggle to focus on conversations or find yourself zoning out more often than you would like, you might think this is just normal aging. Everyone tells you it is. Your friends joke about senior moments. Your family says it happens to everyone. But what if I told you that the #1 cause of cognitive decline after 60 is not age itself? It is a single habit that most people do every single day, without realizing how much damage it is causing. This habit quietly destroys brain cells, shrinks the hippocampus, accelerates memory loss, and increases your risk of dementia by up to 60%. And the worst part, almost everyone over 60 is doing it. You are probably doing it right now, without even knowing. But here is the good news. The moment you stop this habit, your brain starts to recover. New research shows that within weeks of breaking this pattern, people experience measurable improvements in memory, focus, and mental clarity. Brain scans show increased volume in areas responsible for learning and memory. Cognitive tests show better performance. People report feeling sharper, more present, more like their younger selves. Stay with me, because by the end of this video you will know exactly what this habit is, why it is so damaging, and the specific steps to break it starting today. This is not about expensive treatments or complicated protocols. This is about one simple change that could save your brain. If this is your first time here, welcome. This channel is dedicated to helping people over 60 protect their cognitive health and stay mentally sharp as they age. If you want practical, science-backed information that actually helps, hit that subscribe button right now. Your brain health matters, and you are about to learn how to protect it. Let me explain what happens in your brain after 60 and why this one habit is so incredibly destructive. After 60, your brain undergoes natural changes. The hippocampus, the region responsible for forming new memories, starts to shrink slightly. Neurotransmitter production decreases. Blood flow to the brain reduces. But here is the critical point. These changes are gradual and relatively minor if your brain stays healthy and active. The decline does not have to be steep or fast, but when you engage in this one specific habit, you accelerate the decline dramatically. You are essentially pouring gasoline on a small fire. The habit I am talking about is mental passivity, specifically spending hours every day consuming information without actively engaging with it. This means watching television for hours without thinking critically about what you are seeing, scrolling through social media, passively absorbing content without interaction or reflection, reading the news without analyzing or discussing what you read, listening to podcasts or audiobooks while doing other things and not truly processing the information. The common thread is passivity. Your brain is receiving input but doing nothing with it. And this is absolutely devastating for cognitive health after 60. Here is why. Your brain operates on a use it or lose it principle. Neural connections that are used regularly stay strong and even grow stronger. Neural connections that are not used get pruned away. When you consume information passively, you are not creating new neural connections. You are not strengthening existing ones. You are not engaging the prefrontal cortex, the hippocampus, or any of the higher cognitive functions that keep your brain sharp. You are just letting information wash over you and disappear. Research from the Journal of the American Medical Association, published in 2019, found that older adults who spent more than 4 hours per day in passive screen time had significantly faster rates of cognitive decline compared to those who spent less than 2 hours. The difference was not small. It was a 30% faster decline in memory and executive function over just 3 years. Another study from Neurology in 2020 tracked over 3,000 adults over age 60 and found that every additional hour of passive television watching per day was associated with a 6% increase in risk of developing dementia. 6% per hour. If you are watching 5 hours a day, which is close to the national average for people over 60, you are increasing your dementia risk by 30%. And a groundbreaking study from Nature Neuroscience in 2021 used brain imaging to show that passive media consumption literally shrinks the hippocampus. Participants who engaged in high levels of passive screen time showed measurable reduction in hippocampal volume after just 6 months. The brain region most critical for memory formation was physically smaller. This is not a coincidence. This is not just correlation. This is cause and effect. Mental passivity destroys your brain. Before we talk about how to fix this, I want to hear from you. Do you spend more than 3 hours a day watching TV, scrolling on your phone, or passively consuming content? If yes, type in the comments, "I am starting today." I read every comment, and your honesty might help someone else realize they need to make a change too. Type it now. "I'm starting today." Let me know you are ready to protect your brain. Now let me explain exactly why mental passivity is so damaging on a cellular level. When you engage in active mental processing, thinking critically, solving problems, learning new information, having deep conversations, your brain releases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. BDNF is like fertilizer for your brain. It promotes the growth of new neurons. It strengthens connections between existing neurons. It protects brain cells from damage. It is one of the most important molecules for cognitive health. But BDNF is only released when your brain is actively working, when you are challenged, when you are learning, when you are engaged. Passive consumption does not trigger BDNF release. Your brain is not being challenged, it is just receiving. And without regular BDNF stimulation, your neurons start to weaken and die. At the same time, mental passivity keeps your brain in default mode network activation. The default mode network is the part of your brain that is active when you are not focused on anything specific. It is the mind-wandering network. And while some default mode activity is normal and even healthy, too much of it is associated with rumination, negative thinking, and cognitive decline. When you spend hours passively consuming content, your default mode network dominates. You are not engaging the task-positive networks that keep your brain sharp. You are stuck in a state of mental drift. And over time, this weakens the very networks you need for memory, attention, and clear thinking. There is also the dopamine problem. Passive content consumption, especially scrolling through social media or channel surfing, provides constant small hits of dopamine without requiring any effort. Your brain starts to crave this easy stimulation. It becomes harder to engage in activities that require sustained focus or mental effort, because they do not provide that instant dopamine hit. You develop what researchers call cognitive laziness. Your brain chooses the easy path, passive consumption, over the harder path, active engagement. And the more you reinforce this pattern, the stronger it becomes. Your brain literally rewires itself to prefer passivity. And once that happens, reversing it becomes much harder. So how do you break this habit? How do you shift from mental passivity to mental engagement? Let me give you the exact protocol that research shows works. First, you need to set a hard limit on passive screen time. The research is clear. Under 2 hours per day of passive consumption is the threshold where cognitive decline slows dramatically. Over 4 hours per day, and you are in the danger zone. So your first step is to track how much time you're actually spending. Use your phone's screen time tracker. Write down how many hours of TV you watch each day. Be honest. Most people are shocked when they actually measure it. Once you know your baseline, set a goal to cut it in half over the next 2 weeks. If you are at 6 hours, aim for 3. If you are at 4, aim for 2. You do not have to go cold turkey. Gradual reduction works better and is more sustainable. Second, replace passive consumption with active engagement. This is critical. You cannot just cut out the habit and leave a void. You need to fill that time with activities that actively challenge your brain. Here are the most effective options backed by research. Read books or articles and then discuss them with someone. The discussion is key. It forces you to process, analyze, and articulate your thoughts. This engages your prefrontal cortex and strengthens memory consolidation. Join a book club or start one with friends. If you read alone, call someone afterward and talk about what you read. Even a 10-minute conversation about a chapter makes the difference between passive reading and active learning. Learn something new. Take a class, online or in person. Learn a language using apps like Duolingo or Babbel, but go beyond the app and practice with real people. Join a conversation group. Learn an instrument. Many community centers offer group music lessons for seniors. Learn a craft like woodworking, knitting, pottery, painting. The process of learning creates new neural pathways, and releases BDNF. A study in psychological science found that older adults who engaged in learning new skills showed improved memory and cognitive function, comparable to people 30 years younger. The key is that the learning must be challenging. If it feels too easy, your brain is not being stretched enough. Play strategy games, chess, bridge, Scrabble, mahjong, complex board games like Settlers of Catan or Ticket to Ride. These require planning, problem-solving, and working memory. They actively engage the brain in ways that passive entertainment never does. Join a game night at a local community center or library. Play online against real opponents, not just against the computer. The social element adds an extra layer of cognitive demand. If you enjoy card games, learn Contract Bridge. It is considered one of the most cognitively demanding games, and studies show regular bridge players have better memory and reasoning skills than non-players. Have deep conversations, not small talk. Real discussions about ideas, politics, philosophy, current events, personal experiences, memories from your past. Conversations that require you to think, respond, defend your position, consider other perspectives. This is incredibly powerful for maintaining cognitive function. Schedule regular coffee dates or phone calls with friends where you talk about meaningful topics. Start a discussion group focused on current events or books or films. The act of articulating your thoughts and listening to other viewpoints exercises multiple cognitive systems at once. Write. Keep a journal where you reflect on your day, your thoughts, your feelings. Write letters to family members, especially grandchildren. Share your life stories. Write your memoirs, even if no one else ever reads them. The process of organizing your memories and translating them into coherent narratives strengthens your hippocampus and improves overall memory function. Write opinion pieces about topics you care about. Start a blog. The act of translating thoughts into written words is one of the most cognitively demanding activities you can do. It engages multiple brain systems simultaneously. Language processing, motor control, memory retrieval, logical organization. Every time you write, you are giving your brain a full workout. Solve puzzles. Crosswords, Sudoku, jigsaw puzzles, logic problems, ken-ken, cryptograms. These force your brain to work, to search for patterns, to hold information in working memory while manipulating it. Do them daily. Make it part of your morning routine with coffee or your evening routine before bed. Vary the types of puzzles you do. Different puzzles challenge different cognitive skills. Crosswords exercise verbal memory and vocabulary. Sudoku exercises logical reasoning and pattern recognition. Jigsaw puzzles exercise visual spatial skills and patience. Rotate through different types to give your brain a comprehensive workout. Engage in creative activities. Paint, draw, sculpt, do photography. Garden with intention and design. Creative activities engage different parts of your brain than analytical activities. They require you to make aesthetic decisions, to plan compositions, to solve visual problems, and they provide the added benefit of emotional expression and stress reduction. A study in the American Journal of Public Health found that older adults who engaged in creative activities had better cognitive function and lower rates of cognitive decline compared to those who did not. Volunteer for causes that matter to you. Volunteering gets you out of the house, interacting with people, solving real-world problems, learning new systems. Whether you are helping at a food bank, mentoring young people, working at an animal shelter, or supporting a political campaign, you are engaging your brain in meaningful, challenging work. And the sense of purpose and social connection that comes with volunteering has its own cognitive benefits. Third, implement the active viewing rule. If you do watch TV or use screens, do it actively. Pause and reflect on what you are watching. Discuss it with someone afterward. Take notes if it is educational content. Ask yourself questions. What is the main point? Do I agree? What would I do differently? This transforms passive viewing into active learning. Fourth, create tech-free zones in your day. Designate specific times when screens are completely off limits. For example, the first hour after you wake up and the hour before bed, during meals, during conversations with others. This forces your brain to engage with the real world, with other people, with your own thoughts. And it breaks the addictive cycle of constant stimulation. Now let me tell you what happens when you implement these changes. The first 3 days are the hardest. You will feel bored. Your brain will crave the easy dopamine of passive consumption. You will reach for your phone or the TV remote automatically out of habit. You will feel restless, like you do not know what to do with yourself. This is normal. This is your brain detoxing from the habit. It is going through withdrawal from constant stimulation. Every time you resist the urge and choose an active engagement activity instead, you are rewiring your brain. Push through it. By the end of the first week, you will notice something remarkable. Your attention span starts to improve. You can focus on a book or a conversation for longer without your mind wandering. You feel more present in the moment. You start noticing details in your environment that you have been missing for years. This is what it feels like when your brain is not constantly seeking the next hit of passive stimulation. By 2 weeks, your memory starts to sharpen. You remember names more easily. You recall details from conversations you had days ago. You walk into rooms and actually remember why you went there. You can follow complex plots in books or conversations without losing track. These are signs that your hippocampus is recovering. You also notice that you sleep better. Without hours of screen time before bed, your natural circadian rhythm reasserts itself. By 1 month, the changes are undeniable. You feel mentally sharper than you have in years. Tasks that used to feel mentally exhausting now feel manageable. You can think more clearly. You can solve problems more effectively. Friends and family start to notice. They comment that you seem more engaged, more present, sharper. And this is not just subjective. Brain scans showed measurable increases in hippocampal volume after just 4 weeks of replacing passive consumption with active engagement. Your brain is physically growing and strengthening. Within 3 months, people report that they feel like a different person. The mental fog that hung over them for years is gone. The forgetfulness that they accepted as inevitable is significantly reduced. They feel confident in their cognitive abilities again. They trust their memory. They feel capable of learning new things. They feel present and engaged in their own lives instead of just passively existing. And this transformation happens at any age. It does not matter if you are 60, 70, or 80. It does not matter if you have been engaging in passive consumption for decades. Your brain retains its neuroplasticity throughout your entire life. It can still change. It can still grow. It can still recover from years of passive habits. But you have to give it what it needs. Challenge, engagement, active mental work. Here are some additional strategies to make this transition easier. First, find an accountability partner. Tell someone what you are doing and why. Ask them to check in with you weekly. Social accountability dramatically increases your chances of success. Second, remove temptation. If mindless scrolling is your problem, delete social media apps from your phone. If TV is your issue, cancel streaming services or move the TV to a less accessible room. Make the passive option harder to access. Third, schedule your active engagement activities. Put them on your calendar like appointments. Reading time from 2 to 3 p.m., game night every Thursday, language lesson on Mondays and Wednesdays. When it is scheduled, you are far more likely to do it. Fourth, track your progress. Keep a simple log of how much passive screen time you have each day and how much active engagement time. Seeing the numbers change is incredibly motivating. And finally, be patient with yourself. You are breaking a habit that might be decades old. There will be setbacks. There will be days when you slip back into old patterns. That is okay. What matters is that you keep coming back to the commitment. One day at a time. Here is my challenge to you. For the next 30 days, cut your passive screen time in half and replace it with active mental engagement. Track your time. Choose at least 2 active engagement activities from the list I gave you and commit to them. Notice how you feel. Pay attention to your memory, your focus, your mental clarity. This is not a small thing. This is potentially the most important change you can make for your brain health. The research is absolutely clear. Mental passivity after 60 is one of the biggest threats to cognitive function. But it is also one of the most controllable. You have the power to change this. Starting today, if you found this video helpful, hit that like button so more people over 60 can learn about this critical issue. Subscribe to this channel because we release videos every week about protecting and strengthening your brain as you age. And drop a comment below telling me what active engagement activity you are going to start with. Reading, learning, games, conversations? Let me know. Your commitment might inspire someone else to take action. Share this video with friends and family who spend a lot of time on screens. This information could literally save someone's cognitive health. And remember, your brain is not doomed to decline. You are not helpless against aging, but you have to stop feeding your brain passive content and start feeding it active challenges. The choice is yours, and the time to choose is now. Thank you for being here. Now go engage that brilliant brain of yours.